Hi guys, and welcome back to the Stoop Tea. So my name is Rosa Need.
And I am Liz Santana. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome to our virtual stoop.
The Stoop Tea really brings us together. You guys, I've said it several times. Me and Rosa are very good friends. So when we get together, it's like you said, it's like the Stoop Tea is like I'm passing by, like, hey, I haven't seen you in such a long time. How are you doing? Kind of thing. And it's funny. That's funny. I found that is like flashback nostalgic.
Yeah, it's nostalgia from being like kids and hanging out in the actual stoop. So
yes.
Spring is coming.
And I know. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm excited for the warm weather. I need it. I need it in my life.
To be honest, I usually only love like the fall and the winter. And then when you have like spring and summer, I'm usually like a little more down. But this year, I've been like really excited and really looking forward to like spring and summer. So the other day, I was like, oh, we're getting warm weather. And I was like super excited. I heard the birds chirping. It was beautiful.
And Mother Nature played you. Just say it. She played you because she was like, got you, right? Because she did it to me too.
It was warm. And then like today was cold, but it's all right. I think for the first time in a really long time, I'm actually enjoying and looking forward to spring and summer. This year, I'm making it a point that since I'm home, I'm going to decorate my house for like every season because that's what I love to do. So hence the green, because, you know, St. Patty's Day is coming up. So
ooh, yes. Hey, I wish I could go bar hopping, but
I know we're a little bit older and that's okay. I'm dieting right now too. So I can't even like drink. Like we're not drinking beer. I had a beer the other day, but it was Budweiser Zero. I don't know if you've heard Budweiser Zero, but it's
no, I haven't.
It's zero alcohol. It's got like 50 calories only, and it's like zero carbs or something. So we're being like super healthy. Like I'm trying to get back into like my old way of being you know, eating better, working out, and just trying to get back into that schedule. And I think that's another reason why I've been like so excited and looking forward to like the spring and the summer. Since spring is coming, it's been making me want to like clean and organize my house. So it's kind of like that's kind of like what I've been doing this past week.
Spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning.
I've mentioned it several times. I live in New York and I have a small apartment, and I'm just like tired of living, like walking into my house and in every corner I have something that's like driving me nuts, because I'm getting to a point in life where I honestly just want to have what I need. And if I have a little bit extra, that's okay. But if it doesn't fit in my space, then it's just too much. You know what I mean? You know, when you clean your home, I don't know about you, but when I clean my home and it's like all organized and it's looking pretty and I redecorate and I'm just like giving it this whole new vibe, for me, it's like, it's kind of like Zen. It's, you know, it's like this calming feeling it gives me.
I've been feeling that way too. And it just makes me even more obsessed to like organize and rearrange things and make it even better. You can see our age nowadays because we're kind of turning into our moms. Like now I understand why moms were so crazy about like keeping the house clean and, you know, decluttering stuff.
I'm looking around my house and I'm like, oh my God, what is all this clutter? And I'm just like, I'm even changing like furniture pieces, like this little piece right here, you're not going to see in a while because I plan on changing it. It's good because for people like us, like for busy people, when you declutter your home and you have less to clean, I feel like it's easier on a daily routine. Or is that just me? Like on your daily routine, on your day to day, like when you declutter and you don't have so much stuff in every freaking corner.
Exactly. I feel like it saves me time in the long run. Like the less you have, the nicer your house looks, the easier it is to keep it clean. And honestly, I think it's been helping too with living with a boy. The boys will be boys and they'll still make their mess, but it's been a lot easier to kind of like keep everything up to date in the house and keep everything clean.
Right.
Just because you organize it so much that everything has its spot. So when you like start cleaning, it's like just easy to just put everything exactly where it belongs. And you kind of start training them because they'll be like, oh, okay, this goes here. I'll be like, honey, look, I bought this new thing. So the switch, all the controllers and everything, they're going to go in this bin now, right? So you're kind of like sort of training them.
Now, so, you know, like nowadays, I don't know if you've seen them. They're like the acrylic bins that you could organize things. They're square acrylic bins and you can see things.
Like the TikTok trend, like everyone's doing it with their fridge and their pantries.
Girl, stop it. I plan on doing it with my pantries next. Hold on. I did my cleaning. My cleaning shelf because I have shelves. We have closets, but we have to separate the shelves in categories. So I did my cleaning shelf this freaking weekend and it was like, you know what I mean? Like,
it was that
like
moment.
heaven. Yes, it felt good. The fact that I could fit and I could see everything that I have is amazing. First of all, it helps me financially because I no longer am gonna buy something that I don't need. Like,
Yeah.
I refuse. Number two, like you said, it gives it a designated spot where it belongs. And if that one finishes and I throw it out and I buy a new one, I know that that's where it goes, and I don't need to be putting it anywhere else. You learn that whatever fits in this bin is what it is. Like, if that bin is getting so full that you can't fit it and fit anything in it anymore, it's time to declutter. It's time to get rid of, or it's time to donate, or it's time to whatever. So I'm on it. I'm 100% with that trend. For me, cleaning in general is soothing to the soul. I don't know if I'm the only weirdo like this, but I don't know if
You're
you've ever
not.
felt
You're
like
not. And TikTok has proved it. Like everyone's obsessed lately with organizing and
with
keeping everything clean.
organization.
But it's good, like you said, it's good for your soul. It's good for your spirit. It makes you feel better. Like getting rid of things that no longer serve a purpose just opens up a space to bring in other things. It's great to declutter, and you start with your space, your personal space in your home. But then you also have to look into your life and the people you have in your life. And sometimes we need to declutter and get rid of some of the people that are in our life, unfortunately. So I think it's not only important to declutter and clean your home, but it's also important to like look into your life and reevaluate what you still need, what doesn't serve you purpose, what friendships no longer serve me anymore.
Rosa, preach, girl, because you're on it today. I do believe that there's toxic people out there, but I don't feel like everybody is toxic 100% of the time on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Once your time has expired with someone, it's expired. It doesn't mean that that person is toxic. It doesn't make you toxic. It just means that your time has expired. You guys are now, your relationship has moved from being healthy and beneficial to being toxic towards each other. And sometimes it's necessary to kind of like disperse. To add to what you were saying, like I feel like sometimes we need our space to move in silence. Like, there was this one. So I just recently went to PR, this. And every single time I've gone to PR, like if you know me for a long time, I've said it at least once to whoever knows me. I've always, people ask me, oh, why don't you move to Florida? Why don't you move to another state? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, I think that the only other place that I would ever move to is PR. And every single time I go, it just reminds me how much living there calls me. And I know that sounds crazy, and some people be like, wow, from New York to PR, like that's a bit extreme. If you've ever been to PR or you're from PR, like it's real country. It's like, outside of the town, outside of the city. It's real country and it's different from here. It's completely tropical all year round. It's completely opposite of what New York is. And I was born and raised here. And I just recently went over there and I went zip lining. Because it was like, it was a bucket list of mine. It was on my bucket list of life. And I'm like, yo, I have the opportunity. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do it. And we went zip lining. I mean, I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I almost killed myself. So I burned the crap myself with the harness. Crazy. It was crazy. All I want to say is I thank God that I'm here and I have another chance at life. That's all I got to say. For the past 2 years, I've been going to PR, and every single time I go, I've kind of like made it my mission to visit places that I've never visited in PR before out of all the times that I've been. And I have to be honest with you, this has been the past 2 years have been the most fun and exhilarating time I've ever had in PR. Aside from spending time with family, aside from seeing people that I love, I have had so much fun. I needed that for my soul. That was my cleansing of the soul. And my funny thing, my mom always said that you always need to like cruzar agua de mar para limpiarte el sistema.
Yeah.
So you have to cross salt waters to cleanse yourself, like cleanse your soul, whatever. So funny. Decluttering. Yeah. So, all right, I'll get to my point. I promise. Yeah. So I met this, I've always said that I want to move there. Funny story is that I went ziplining, and you kind of get stuck behind the same group or the same people throughout the entire route, because it's a route, like it's a hiking route. Mm-hmm. And I met this girl And we talked about, she told me that she moved from the States to there. This was like the only and first person I've ever met that moved from the States to Puerto Rico. Like, and I'm talking about a person just like me, born and raised in the States. And yeah, we're from Puerto Rico. We speak a little bit of Spanish, but um, we've never really lived there. So, and we get into it. And one thing that's stuck out like a sore thumb to me that I want to add to what you're saying was, she's like, you know what? In your decision making, if you decide that you want to move here and you make it definite, you might find yourself alone. You might find a lot of people disagreeing with you, a lot of people telling you not to do it. But don't ever forget, she's like, first of all, fear keeps you away from what's really meant for you. And fear, and she's like, there's a saying where it says fear keeps you away from God. Well, God has these plans for you. And I'm not going to be religious or anything because this is a public platform, but she's like, um she's like, there's things set in life for you. And when you fear to take those steps, that's what keeps you from what is actually meant for you. And she's like, sometimes your greatest decisions and your greatest moves, you're going to be walking down that road alone. So why do I feel like that adds to what you're saying? Is because decluttering your life, decluttering and getting rid of all the unnecessary noise that you have sometimes, it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting rid of those people forever, because maybe you love those people, maybe you care about those people, maybe it's just right now you need a moment. But decluttering your life is so necessary, because sometimes in order for you to make the best decisions in life and to allow the most beautiful of blessings to come in, you have to declutter. You have to make room for it. You have to like let go of everything that you have going on and kind of like embrace whatever new adventures and new opportunities are
Mhm.
coming your way.
It's funny you said that because I'm at that point in my life too. Like where we live, we don't have family nearby. And sometimes, I'm like, oh, I miss family. I miss, being nearby family and stuff. But then there's other times that I'm like lately, especially, I'm like, if family could come visit, like anywhere in the world that I am, they can visit. We could virtually see each other, So honestly, it doesn't matter where in the world I live, like they'll always still be there. The friends that I still talk to or keep in touch with right now at this moment and point in my life, they're friends that they want to be there for me and I want to be there for them. It's
Right.
nothing forced. Lately, like if I don't hear from someone for years, I'm like, I don't hear from them. Like it is what it is. Same thing with me. Like if I don't feel like texting somebody or care to know about their life, it is what it is. The seasons come and go. Same thing with people. It could be the season to have those people in your life, but then as the seasons change, that person no longer belongs in your life.
Like we as people also have to be open and willing to let it go also, because I feel like one thing that I heard one time was, and it like there's just certain things that call out to me and this called out to me. It was like a lot of people don't know how to let go. People want to hold on to relationships.
That old t-shirt from high school.
Yes, yes. So even after like you're like, that t-shirt got 6 holes in it, you look crazy and the underarms is stained, you still want to wear it, but it's time to go. So it's the same thing with relationships. Like we as people have to learn to let go. Like let go and understand that that relationship is expired.
When I was younger, I was honestly like a real people pleaser. Like it was really hard for me to say like no to people. Like if I had a plan of, okay, I'm going to get out of work, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to do this. And then I have friends that would be like, let's go out, let's meet up. I'm doing a girls thing, come. I would sacrifice not working out and going to the gym, which is something that I really wanted to do because I didn't want to let my friend down and I didn't want to say no. So I would
Right.
go do that instead. And what would happen? I would be hungover the next day. I wouldn't be able to work out the next day either because I was hungover the night before. I don't have my energy. I didn't eat well, blah, blah, blah. What does that do? It pushes my goals or what I'm trying to do a few steps
Back.
back because I said yes to this thing that I didn't even want to do. A lot of times people will say yes to things that they can't really do or want to do because they feel bad about saying no or they don't want to
Right.
let someone down when in reality You're going to stop doing something that's going to benefit you and your life because you want to help someone else, you know?
Right,
And, you
right,
know, it's different because I get it. Like sometimes your friends go through something and you want to be there for them, but you have to make sure that that friendship or that person, that relationship has a give and take. It's not all one-sided. Like, let's say when it's my turn to feel like, oh, I want to go have a drink or something, then your friend's like, oh, I can't because I have to go to do this X, Y, and Z or whatever, or I have to go to the
right.
gym, so I can't meet you. And if someone really loves you and really cares about you, they'll understand when you say, no, I can't do that, or no, I can't fit that into my plate.
Funny thing that you say that because I've done it. I've done it.
No,
And
you do. You do it
I
all.
get,
You've done it in the past, even before you had kids. You've always been
yeah,
that person that you put other people before you.
always. And as I'm getting older, my coworker told me that, well, most of my coworkers, actually 90% of my coworkers, actually, never mind, 100% of my coworkers are all older than me. So I'm the youngest in the company that I'm at.
Yeah.
And funny thing is that they tell me that, like, oh, you're approaching 30. And the older women, they tell me that, like, one of the things that you're gonna start realizing once you start hitting 30 and once you approach it, or once, right now, this year, now is where you're gonna realize, like, nope, I'm not wasting time on that, or nope, I'm not gonna spend time on that, or nope, I'm not gonna,
And she's right, because I'm 30.
yes, she's like, you're gonna learn how to prioritize your time. Maybe it's because of the person that I am. I don't know what it is. Like, for people that I love, like you said, for people that I love and I care about, I deeply do care about. I don't feel like, even if it is one-sided for some time, right? For some, because sometimes, relate, like you said, it's like seasons. So sometimes it's like actions are like seasons when it comes to relationship. Because I'm also a firm believer in not giving up on people. Because I feel like when you give up on people, it's like, how could I explain this? Everybody deserves chances, right? Because we all grow, we all make mistakes, I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same I'm maybe in 10 years, I'm not going to be the same person that I am right now. Like, we all grow with time and with experiences and life happens. There's so many things that happen in life, that change people on a day-to-day basis, year-to-day basis. And I feel like sometimes, like right now, for example, just if God forbid, right, you're going through a breakup or something, and our relationship all of a sudden just becomes one-sided, it's because you're going through something. You know what I mean? Like, me being there for you at the moment, or this relationship being one-sided where you're taking, where you expect my support, is not necessarily because that's who you are, but because of what you're going through in the moment. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I feel like it's a thin line. There's a very thin line when it comes to that. And I feel like a lot of people don't know how to distinguish that from time to time, especially nowadays. Like, people are so quick to be like, I know, if you're wasting my time, I'm gonna cut you off. If you're doing this, I'm gonna cut you off. If you're doing that, I'm gonna cut you off, or blah, 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 blah.
Well, it depends.
Sometimes, no, I mean, not everybody and not
Yeah.
always, right? Not everyone and not always. But when I'm decluttering, there's times where I throw things out that later on I'm looking for them and I'm like, yo, where did I put that? And then I remember, I'm like, oh, I threw it out and I
Yeah.
needed it.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like the same thing with relationships, right? Don't always be so quick to shut people out, or to throw away something that you might need later, or to get rid of a relationship that really does mean something. Always be careful with that as well, because I feel like we sometimes wrap our heads around so deeply in decluttering and getting rid of all this bad aura and bad vibe and but negativity, that we sometimes lose ourselves in the process. So
Yeah.
declutter, don't
Declutter, don't get rid of everything.
right. Don't leave your
You
house
don't want
empty
an
now.
empty
Don't
house. No, but it's when I say cutting certain people off, okay, so I get it. There's going to be a moment in your relationship where you need me more than I do, or vice versa. And that's fine.
right.
But throughout your life, you've noticed that there's always an even give and take in the relationship, you know,
Yes,
but there
yes.
comes a point when there's certain relationship or certain people that the relationship's not like that. It's not give and take. It's all take, take,
No,
take,
you're
take,
right.
take. And then you have to put a boundary. You have to set boundaries when that kind of stuff happens, because it's not adding any value to your life. When you have friendships or jobs or anything, there has to be an equal give and take exchange,
No, you're right.
you know?
It's like when you become a millionaire and you having a broke best friend. Like, yo, I'm sorry, but you broke. Like, we can't be dragging you all the time. Like, I'm sorry, you broke.
Not to that extreme, but let's say, yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
you're the friend.
Stay
No, but being honestly, like, let's say you're that friend that,
right.
you have money, you want to do things, you want to go out, and then you have your other friend that you want to include to come with you all the time, but they're always like, oh, I don't have money for that, I can't go, or whatever. And you're like, it's fine, I'll spot you, whatever. But then when they have money, they don't say like, oh, I'll spot you, whatever. It's all theirs and theirs alone, you know?
You know how many times that has happened to me? Oh my God, I can't tell you. Just because I'm a giver, like, but that's not me.
You are a giver, but then you're giving so much of yourself to people that don't
I
deserve
forget to
it.
take care of me. There comes a time where you already know that that relationship is expired
Mhm.
simply because of what you're explaining. And you're
Just
right.
like that yogurt, you got to throw out the fridge. It's expired.
Yo, you're right. Don't keep it in the fridge.
Like, my boyfriend's so good about like, this sauce is expired. Why is this still here? And I'm like, I don't even look at the expired label sometimes.
No, I look at the expired labels like, and I'm the type of person that I have to go through my fridge every week.
I'm good with the fruits and veggies. I know I throw that stuff out, but I'm really bad about like the sauces and things. So my boyfriend's the one that's always checking the expiration date on that, thank God. But yeah, you don't want to keep your friend that's expired right there. Just ¿qué está haciendo in your fridge? Nothing, And if you eat it, te va a caer mal. So think about your friend that way. Like, that's a friendship I have that doesn't serve me a purpose. And then when I try to be friends with them or do something with them, what does it do? No me cae bien. So
See, see.
like, bro, you expired. Like, I gotta throw you in the trash. But we're being exaggerating and we're funny, but it's true. And I'm talking about it because I've been reflecting a lot of my own life, maybe because I'm already in my 30s, but it's just things I've been thinking about a lot lately. Like, I've had a lot of people in my life or friendships that you try to hold on to and keep, but there's nothing there. There's no give and
Right,
take.
right,
So it's like,
right. It's about that time. It's about that time of the year. Like you said, we're entering spring.
and not only are you decluttering, possibly like having more time, but think about like the drama or something that person can bring you. Porque hay gente, there's people in our lives that sometimes just bring us problems or bring us their drama to
Right,
us and
right.
think and look to you like you're gonna fix it or something.
Or like they bring you weight, unnecessary weight and toxicity that you really don't need in life. Also, like you can't be a millionaire and still keep having a broke friend. Like that's just that sounds horrible. People are like, oh, humble yourself. No, 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 no. I know it sounds horrible, but understand that the same and I'm sure people have seen this around social media because I've seen it several times. Surround yourself with people in your like who have the same goals as you. If you want to make money, you want to invest, you want to do this, you want to do that, surround yourself with people that share that same ambition, that same knowledge. When you have a millionaire mentality, you can't continue to surround yourself with people that have a broke person's mentality. You just can't. You can't. No matter how bad that sounds, you can't.
The energy is not the same.
No, and
You're not
it's not
on the
there.
same wavelength anymore.
No, no. There gets to a point where you guys have nothing in common.
A lot of my friends are moms already. A lot of them, their moms are doing their
Right.
thing, and I love them, of course, but I don't have kids. You have I
It
don't know how to
becomes
say this.
harder. No,
I
it
don't know how to
becomes
say this so it doesn't sound bad, but what I'm trying to say is,
say it. Say it. Don't worry.
like, I feel almost a little bit selfish because I can't relate to that. Like, I can't relate to you when it comes to your mom things and situations. I can understand it and sympathize with you, but
Right.
it's like we're not on the same. Does that
On
make
the
sense?
contrary, no,
Does
it
that make
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like I'm not offended. Like I feel you, and I'm not offended by what you're saying. I feel
Yeah.
you. Like I feel what you're saying. You need more friends that you that don't have children, that are not wrapped up doing 10,000. No, I 100% agree with you. Right now, for example, I came back from here and I'm already planning my next 2 vacations. No joke. No joke. Because that's where my mentality is right now. That's where my mindset is.
Like if I'm like, oh, let me call my girlfriends, come over, let's do this, let's do that. Like a lot of times it's like they can't because they've got the kids, or they can, but they bring the kids. But then it's like, okay, then we can't really drink or do stuff because the kids are, I adjust. If my friends have their kids and they're bringing it, trust me, I'm the first one that loves kids. And I'm like, yes, bring the kids, etc. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to use it as
an example
of, finding people that are on the same wavelength as you, or finding people that are in the same page. At the end of the day, we're trying to find people that are like you and that are going to help you, that are going to help you evolve, people you can relate to, that you can evolve.
That's the beauty of our friendship, right? We allow ourselves to grow and we allow life to happen. And it doesn't matter with whatever happens, we're still able to come back. And that's the beauty of it.
It's 2022. I think that a lot of people are going to be going through changes this year. Some people don't like change, but it's inevitable.
And those that don't like change are going to just stay behind. It's just that simple. Everybody needs their own space. And it doesn't mean that you're losing them. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that it's like oh my God, what's that saying? If you really love something, let's set it free. And if it's yours, it'll come right back. Mm-hmm. Same freaking things. Mm-hmm. Don't limit yourself. Do what you got to do for you. That's it.
Yeah. And just like we're adjusting to all these new gas prices that have recently been going up, we have
a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother episode. Don't get me
but just how we've been adjusting and seeing the change in gas prices, guys. Life is changing drastically. And if 2022 has taught us anything, is that, you never know what's going to come next. And we really should appreciate the time we have now. Focus on yourself and growing, declutter, get rid of what doesn't serve a purpose to you anymore. And just,
at home and in life,
and invest more time in you and in what does, feed your soul. Like Liz said.
Also, just in lieu of what I mentioned earlier, me being diagnosed with pre-diabetes or diabetic, you know what, also cleanse your health. Mm-hmm. Point blank, and that's just and I speak about this freely on here without any shame in my game, because it is what it is, and it's real, and it happens to people. And you know what, that's just us. That's just me being raw with you guys. Don't only declutter your home, don't only declutter your lifestyle and the negativity, or your relationships or whatever. People declutter your health, because you know what, that's all we have. And if you're not healthy, you ain't wealthy. It's just that simple.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to wrap up the episode. If you guys like the episode, you guys can hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube as well.
Yes.
YouTube is great because you get to see our actual facial expressions. And we're pretty expressive because, we're Latin.
We're Hispanic.
So also you can follow us on TikTok and on Instagram. So if you guys liked it, follow us and send us a comment.
Yes. And talk to us and let us know anything that you want to write, email, DM, whatever it is. You guys need somebody to talk to, express, you have an opinion on what we said, whatever it is, let us know. We really appreciate it.
If you're looking for new friends, hit us up.
So basically what Rose is trying to say, if you're trying to go to the Maldives, you're trying to have vacations and stuff, hit her up. She's ready.
I'm ready. So thank you guys so much for watching. And we appreciate you all very much. And we hope you guys have a great day.
Yes. Bye.